In this video, I'll talk about Kell Brook and Triple G and what my thoughts on the fight are, as far as Kell Brook moving up in weight and his opposition and so forth. What would be the best way to put this? Well, this may be more challenging for GENNADY Golovkin than you might think. Kell Brook is a massive welterweight, although he probably isn't middleweight. He's probably a light middleweight. That's probably where he's most effective at in terms of speed, power, etc. But it's not like he's more of a a middleweight than Americanas. It's quite obvious if you look at them in terms of body shape. Kell Brook has been putting up pictures and he's quite ripped and shredded at the minute. I'm not sure where his weight lies in terms of how much he's weighing, but he definitely looks much better and more solid than Amir Khan did. Because if you saw Amir Khan bulking up for the Canelo fight, he just looked like a big pudgy shit. That didn't look right for him, that extra weight, that extra mass. It looked funny. He looked kind of pudgy and soft around the midsection and all that. So I think Kell Brook is definitely a better middleweight in terms of body shape. And Kell Brook is a big guy. Like, Kell Brook started off camp and won at 170 or 180 or something, and making welterweight for Kell Brook is nearly impossible, to be quite honest. I mean, he's very lean when he makes the welterweight limit. He's like 3% body fat, without exaggeration. So he is definitely more of a middleweight than Amir Khan is. I know Amir Khan wasn't fighting at middleweight, he was fighting at 155, but you can just see that Kell Brook holds the weight far better. And Kell Brook can take a shot better than Amir Khan. Now, Kell Brook hasn't really been tested in his career to withstand punishment, but I'm sure he probably takes a punch better than Amir Khan. I mean, no disrespect to Amir Khan, he's a great fighter, but he can't take a shot that well at all. And Kell Brook can definitely take a shot better. And I'm sure he spars with big guys in sparring, because he's a big guy himself. What else can I take into consideration? Well, Kell Brook's skill set is maybe not enough to beat GENNADY Golovkin, but it's certainly enough to do well against him anyway. Kell Brook's got pretty good hand speed, he can punch pretty well, he's a bit of a mover, and in terms of who GENNADY Golovkin's faced before, GENNADY Golovkin hasn't really fought really top middleweights. He has fought the likes of Daniel Gale, Curtis Stevens, and the likes of that, but for the most part he hasn't been fighting top guys, and it's probably because he can't get the fights, because no one wants to fight him. But if you look at Kell Brook, Kell Brook is probably better than the likes of Martin Murray, for example. I mean, Martin Murray fought GENNADY Golovkin, and Martin Murray won a good 11 rounds with GENNADY Golovkin, and I know Martin Murray is more natural middleweight than Kell Brook is. Kell Brook is definitely a better boxer in terms of the level he's at and skills and so forth. Kell Brook is a world champion and everything. Martin Murray never was world champion, probably never will be at this stage in his career, so Kell Brook is definitely better, and I mean the achievements don't lie. So but how well will he be able to deal with Golovkin's power is unknown at this point. But I'll say this: he does stand a good chance of making it into the later rounds, say the last quarter or last third of the fight. I think he can make it. He can definitely make it past the halfway point. If he gets stopped by Golovkin, I think it'll be the later rounds. I don't think that it'll be a quick blowout or anything like that. I do think that this is actually a better fight when you look at it and analyse it. It's a better fight than Canelo versus Khan, because Khan was going in there having a suspect chin and having been knocked out twice before. Kell Brook's going in undefeated, world champion, hasn't been knocked out. Big welterweight. Khan's been moving up the weights, so it's definitely. I think Brook versus Golovkin is a better fight than Khan versus Canelo, and I said before that this was Brook versus Golovkin was a mismatch, and to a certain extent it probably is a mismatch, but it's actually a better fight than Khan versus Canelo. Anyway, thanks for watching.